going to cover is this whole weird secret police thing.
Well, it's military people, and they're in military outfits.
Yeah.
There's no like secret there. We know it's military. It's not like I don't know. I'm just saying like we know that it's military going on.
Yeah. Well, specifically,
military don't wear names on their shirts either. So
yeah.
That whole thing about being secret police is just kind of like a fishy way to like emphasize it a little bit, in my opinion.
Well, they're operating in a very fishy.
Well, they're operating against the government, the local government authority.
Yeah. So basically, they're comprised of U.S. Marshals. The U.S. Marshals, they're officers from the U.S. Marshals Special Operations Group, U.S. Customs, and the Border Patrol Tactical Unit. And they're going around right now. Portland, they're saying they're trying to expand it to Chicago and some other places.
Well, there's also an ad that I saw. There's also an ad I saw on Facebook that was like a video of them trying to offer $20,000 to anybody that switches over to whatever divisions those are. I think it was National Guard. National Guard is also one of it, right?
I didn't see anything about that.
I thought the National Guard were in Oregon too, and that's who.
That was they were there before.
Yeah, and Portland Oregon told them to leave, and then they said no.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a different thing, but they're also looking for people right now. They're offering a $20,000 sign-up bonus, so they're looking for mad people.
And you know what I've been saying? All of these racist ex-cops that have been fired. We got to figure out where they're going because that might be their prime candidates right now.
Yeah, and firing them ain't enough, bro.
Yeah.
We need to put them in jail.
Yeah. So they're on the streets looking for jobs.
We still need justice for Breonna Taylor. We still need justice for all these children that are being killed all over the place and these things that are. If it's even true, we don't know, but we need justice for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, the Breonna Taylor shit gets crazy too, but let's keep talking about this for now.
Right. Well, I think there are some parallels to the way these guys operate. So the source I have right here is from NPR. It was taken from a audio segment. All things considered.
Am I from North Dakota? No, we're not from North Dakota. What makes you ask that? Sorry to interrupt you. That was a weird question. Sometimes we will answer questions on the stream. What makes you ask that, dude? Anyway, let's keep going, Charlie. We'll see the answer in a minute.
We are not, but so basically it starts out. There are these two protesters, Mark Pettibone and his friend Connor O'Shea. They were protesting at the Multnomah County Justice Center and the Marco Hatfield Federal Courthouse.
Yeah.
Around, I guess it was the evening of Tuesday, July 14th.
Okay, and they were arrested?
Well, they were protesting till about 2 a.m.
We have a link to this article in the description, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And I guess around 2 a.m. they were going home. They weren't at any federal buildings at the time. They were walking home, and someone told them, like, oh, there are these guys in unmarked vans. They're, going around and taking people. And they're
okay,
like, oh,
so
that's weird.
The question is, what were they charged with?
They weren't charged with anything.
They were just picked up and escorted out of the area.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, basically, yeah, they weren't on federal property, and they were taken. Well, they were both apprehended, but only Mark Pettibone got caught.
Do we have testimonies from these guys?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I have quotes in here and everything.
Okay, let's go.
So, they were detained off of federal property, taken to undisclosed locations at the time.
Well, none of that matters, because that happens every day all over the place.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not the undisclosed locations, but I'm talking about detained without being on federal property. That don't matter to me. That happens to everybody, especially black people right now. But for all eternity, black people, it happens to more, but it happens to everybody right now. So, saying, oh, we were detained off federal property, like...
Oh, well, that's
not abnormal.
That's going to matter a little later in the story. So, our next characters here are Department of Homeland Security Secretary Chad Wolf, he confirmed that he was in Portland that day and declined to speak about it. But the Homeland Security acting deputy secretary Ken Cuccinelli,
Cuccinelli.
yeah, we have a quote from him in the article. It says that he acknowledged that federal agents had used unmarked vehicles to pick up people in Portland, but said it was done to keep officers safe and away from crowds and to move detainees to a safe location for questioning, he said. The one instance I'm familiar with, they believed they had identified someone who had assaulted officers or the federal building there, the courthouse. Assaulted the courthouse. Upon questioning, they determined that they did not have the right person, and that person was released.
Okay, that happens all the time.
Yeah, and
so
then
who wrote this article, guy?
NPR.
What's NPR?
It's National Public Radio.
Okay, that's what I thought. It's a radio station.
Yeah. Well, it was first a segment, and then it got translated into text.
Okay, what was the segment? They had these guys there.
Yeah, they interviewed the guys that got picked up.
Okay,
and then they.
I don't see the huge deal right now. How many people did this happen to? Was it just these two guys?
No, it was more people, but they were able to get these guys because I guess they recorded some of it.
How many people did it happen to? Why aren't these other people coming out? Where are these people?
I don't know. I mean,
were they charged? Well, this is the question. I mean, are they charged? I'm not saying like I think that they got captured and kept them locked up. I'm saying like, I just need more evidence than two people right now, especially two people that weren't charged with anything. I need to talk to somebody that has been charged with something or something. Because they pick people up all the time on the street, not charge them, they go home. It happens.
Yeah,
that happens a lot. It's happened to me many times. I've been picked up on the street and driven home to not be in a certain area by police.
Yeah.
Literally, because I wasn't allowed in the area.
Yeah.
Literally, that's what they said. Multiple times it's happened to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's messed up.
But I'm saying it happens. I don't, they didn't write an article on me. So I'm saying, literally that's like a true thing that's literally happened to me. Why? I want to see people that did get charged or something like that. I want to see why. Yeah. Because what I'm hearing is they're picking up people based on vandalism. They're looking for people that vandalize things. They're looking for spray paint. They're looking for anything that would implicate them in vandalism.
In vandalizing federal buildings.
Or statues or whatever. Anything.
Yeah.
Not just federal building. Anything. Anybody's buildings. It doesn't have to be federal. If they're vandalizing shops and shit, they want to get them guys too. They're looking for... That's their motive or what their explanation is for this, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're saying that it's vandalism.
So if they picked up these guys and they found out that they weren't the right guys, that's probably because they found out that they didn't have spray paint. They didn't have something that implicated them towards vandalism enough that they're going to press charges on them and they let them go.
And they're looking... Well...
I'm not against them. I'm not against them picking up people for vandalism and because the cops aren't. Because you know what? What I've seen in all the live streams of the shit that's been going on is that the cops are letting the fucking violent and destructive people go, and they're attacking the peaceful people.
Yeah.
So if this is Trump's order of him picking up people that are actually vandalizing shit, then I think that's a good thing because he sees that the cops are doing some motherfuck shit, right?
I mean, yeah.
Realistically, I'm just saying because if that's what's happening, that just makes sense. I mean, he's doing the same thing that John Jones did in Albuquerque. Whenever he went out to the streets and was stopping people, and then the next day he had a fucking faction of 25 UFC people and all of these other like fit, strong people that were out there keeping people from doing shit, and nothing happened. The only thing they found was like one kid with spray paint, and they stopped him, and they let the peaceful people go, and they protect the peaceful people from the cops. I'm not saying that these guys are doing that. I'm pretty sure they're not. But what I'm saying is, if that's what they're doing, stopping the violent people, the destructive people, I'm not against that at all. So that's why I said I need more testimonies than two guys that were let go. I want to know why the people were arrested, because if they were arrested for fucking having spray paint on them and picked up on it, then I think this secret task force thing isn't a bad idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I disagree on that. But anyways,
if they were,
he goes on to say...
Well, tell me why you disagree. Don't just jump over that.
Well, I wanted to go through this a little bit before...
Well, we can go just through it. I'm not saying let's not go through it. I'm just telling you my perspective on it right now. That's how I'm coming at it.
I think
on this
just
whole
having,
thing.
A task force, roll up on protesters and pick them up. Like, just pull up in front of them in an unmarked van and then just grab them, put a hood over their head, take them to a spot they don't know.
Is there a hood going over their head?
The guy had a beanie, but... Yeah, there's like they're putting stuff over their heads so they can't see
A
anything. They're
beanie.
armed guards, a van full of armed guards just
Yeah.
kidnapping people.
Yeah, but they didn't. But
There's a
they didn't.
bad
But yeah, I know. I get that. And picking up people that didn't do anything wrong just to check if they did, I think it's fucking wrong as fuck. But what I'm saying is the idea of no one being harmed in it right now. If I want to know why the other people are being arrested and if they're the people that are being charged with, like if it is that, I don't disagree with the idea of it. I'm not saying I agree with the way they're doing it and all that, but we already have task force all over the country in every state that walk up unmarked on you in unmarked vehicles, picking you up in these big towns like Trenton, where we're from, and we're near, or New York City. There's task force in Trenton. It's called the TAC team, the tactical squad. And what they do is they roll up on you, and all these dudes are jacked. These aren't regular cops. These aren't the cops that you can run away from as a kid, and you're getting away because they're fucking pigs.
yeah
Like fat, sloppy motherfuckers. These are cops that, if
super
you
cops.
do a race with them, yeah, they're all super cops. You're not fucking with them, bro. They're catching you, they're pinning you, they're attacking you, they're threatening you, they're trying to get you to buy drugs on the street for them, they're trying to put you in situations where you get killed. These people have a different strategy, and they have an unethical strategy. And I agree. I bet that this is what's going on here. But what I'm saying, and that's where it comes in, picking up people that didn't even do anything wrong yet, and checking just in case, So I don't agree with it. But what I'm saying is, if the main goal is, and they're not hurting them, and they are letting go the people that didn't do anything wrong, and if they are picking up people that have done something wrong and are vandalizing shit, I'm not against that. But I think they do need to fucking fix their approach, obviously. But and I don't believe in the tactical teams that we have now. Those need to be fixed. But let's keep going into this. I'm just telling you. I think we should try to look up. I'm going to try to look up some more information.
Oh yeah, I mean we could definitely follow up on it. This is just what was available from a guy who wanted to come forward and talk.
Yeah.
But this guy Cuccinelli, he goes on to say in his statement, like, I mean, I don't really know what kind of question was asked about this. I guess it was just kind of vague, but he says, I fully expect that as long as people continue to be violent and to destroy property, that we will attempt to identify these folks, he added. We will pick them up in front of the courthouse. If we spot them elsewhere, we will pick them up elsewhere. And if we have a question about somebody's identity, like the first example I noted to you, after questioning determines it isn't someone of interest, then they get released. And that's standard law enforcement procedure, as you said. And it's going to continue as long as the violence continues.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like maybe violence is distinguished differently.
Well,
I don't think...
no, it's the problem. The problem isn't this. So, like, destroying property is violence, bro. Because these people, they are owned by not the government. Destroying federal property is different because, like, we own it, but, like, it's also owned by other people, not just you. You put a piece into it, bro. So you got to understand what somebody, and, like, these really big right side people, conservative people, are very upset about it and overly upset about it, in my opinion. But, like, you get upset about these things whenever they're not stopping. And then, so it comes into play, like, people are like, oh, well, fuck it, they're doing something wrong. And that's how I just kind of stand, but that's because, like, I don't have enough information yet, on the stuff that's going on. I looked up some more stuff, too, so we're going to get into this. Hopefully, we'll find out more, so. But, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the biggest problem with the right side and what they're saying, the way they're looking at this, is that they're still grouping the protesters and the rioters into the same categories. Like they're the same people, because the rioters are representing the same thing as the protesters are. They're both representing BLM. They're both using BLM as their stance, So it gets confusing whenever you realize, like, the people that are peaceful are not fucking with these people that are violent. Overly. If you look into the shit, look at the live streams, look at the shit that's happening, because the live streams are still happening. I saw one stream that I've been watching on YouTube. He jumped from like 5,000 to 50,000 subs since all this shit's happened. Because his shit is legit, bro. You see a lot of fucking right side people in the chat, but I don't think that's how he vibed out. He just, he don't even talk in it. He just shows you shit. He's just showing you all different clips from all over the world that are all combined from different streamers, live streamers of things happening right now. I don't have his stuff information, but it's okay.
Well, I mean, they also Fox News got a statement from the acting Customs and Border Protection Commissioner, Mark Morgan, who called the protesters criminals.
Yeah.
He said, "I don't want to get ahead of the president and his announcement, but the Department of Justice is going to be involved in this. DHS is going to be involved in this, and we're really going to take a stand across the board, and we're going to do what needs to be done to protect the men and women of this country." Now,
Who said that now?
the acting Customs and Border Protection Commissioner.
Okay, so that's the guy who's in charge of the people that are picking people up.
He's one of them, yeah.
Yeah, he's in charge
DHS
of the
is like the umbrella, and then all
Yeah.
these other agencies are underneath of it.
Yeah.
Billy J. Williams, he's an attorney for the ACLU, the American Civil Liberties Union. He said he called for an inspector general investigation into the DHS personnel of reports of 2 protesters being detained without probable cause, which are the 2
That we're
people
talking
in this,
about?
Yeah. Jan Carson, who is the interim executive director of the ACLU.
Now, again, I agree that there's a problem with people being detained without probable cause. That's what I'm saying. Like, I agree with that. Like, that's fucked up. It's like some, what was that, Day After Tomorrow?
Yeah.
That's like some Day After Tomorrow shit with Tom Cruise when they're arresting people before they do the crimes.
Oh, Minority Report.
Minority Report. It's like the same shit going on, you know? Like, we're arresting you and checking if you're doing crimes. It's the same shit that happens, though, every day when people get pulled over and they search your car. And for no reason, just to ask you, hey, can I search your car?
Yeah.
Why? Because I look like a stoner?
Yeah.
Because okay.
And I mean, even let's see. Oh yeah, well, the Customs and Border Protection released a statement Friday about it. It said its agents approached the person suspected. It released a statement Friday about one incident on video. So they're looking through video and trying to find people, which is kind of weird if they're all wearing masks. Like,
well, that's the thing. That's why it's easy to make an excuse of it, right?
So, exactly.
I mean,
that's a really big.
Well, everybody's taking advantage of everything they can right now to get an edge, you know. So I mean, it's just what's going on. It's the current times. It's like we're taking any edge we can grasp. I don't care if it makes me look bad. I don't care if it makes Trump's example. I don't care if it makes me look racist. I'm going to take that edge and use it to keep getting things lit because I need to be popping. Look at Kanye West. He's like, yo, these politicians are outdoing me right now. I'm going to be a politician. We're not getting into Kanye West tonight. It's like like stupid. Did we talk about it last week?
I don't think so.
Oh, that was
he just did his campaign thing.
That was going to be a topic, but we might be able to talk about it. We still got a little bit more about this stuff because I put up another thing.
Well, Jan Carson, the executive director of the ACLU, also kind of spoke about it. She said, which I kind of agree with. She said, "What is happening now in Portland should concern everyone in the United States. Usually when we see people in unmarked cars forcibly grab someone off the street, we call it kidnapping. The actions of the militarized federal officers are flat out unconstitutional and will not go unanswered."
Well, it is kidnapping. It's literally kidnapping.
Oh, yeah.
There's no denial of that. We know what it is. And actually, the guys have the right to charge them with kidnapping charges. So it can happen. And if it does happen, more power to them, man. I wish them the fucking best. You can kidnap a cop for arresting you. Literally for arresting you. Depending on... I'm not going to get into that right now, but there's ways to sue the police department for arresting you, pretty much. And it's weird. It's a whole weird thing that goes on. This country, people don't understand how things work, and it's really hard sometimes to.
Yeah, there's so much.
There's more than so much. It's crazy. So
like lawyers, they have to go to school.
But at the end of the day, like if people are so outraged by this, it makes me mad that they haven't been outraged by this for years. That it's been going on.
Right. Exactly.
So like me kind of brushing it off the way I did. Is that it's just me saying this has been happening. You're not telling me anything new. There's 2 people that came out. Now I found another article. It's the same thing. One of the guys that was released and him and his lawyer were taken. And is that the same guy, Mark Pettibone?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a different people that he had an interview with, but like it's like where are the rest of the people? Why aren't you telling me what happened to them? Because I feel like there's something. Why are you not telling me this information?
Well, that's what's so eerie about it. Is like where are the other people? You know what I mean?
They're not reported missing because we would know that. there would be people coming out about, hey, there's these people. My cousin went to the protest and he's missing, or this and that. They picked up my homie from the protest. Like there's obviously going to be witnesses to this shit, at least one. So if we had one person they said we can't find because of it, we're going to know about that, bro. We have the power of media over them right now, and there are things that they control and get deleted. But like between Reddit, Twitch, and even like crazy outlandish places like 4chan, these things survive because these platforms are free, more free than things like Facebook, Instagram, Google, YouTube. These things limit you. You can't do as much. You can't say as much without some kind of disturbance in your voice. So whenever you look at the real places like like I said, Twitter, Reddit is all right. It's worse than it's ever been and getting worse by the day. But even like I said, bad places like 4chan that you really are cringy to even be in. You know what I mean? But like you can actually find the real information there. That's the best thing about those kind of places. Those places aren't just the bad. And that's what we talked about the dark web before. Like the dark web isn't just the bad stuff. There's a lot of stuff that you should learn about it, because like knowing how to learn to navigate through it is a really beneficial thing. And there's a lot of areas in there that if you're one of those people that are looking for the truth, you can find it.
Yeah, I mean 4chan itself, in my experience, has been a little.
It's really cringy and bad.
It's really suspect because everybody's anonymous. There is no. I mean,
I'm not saying you're looking for like all you're looking for is like. You're not looking, yeah, exactly. It's all anonymous.
You find the people that are...
But you look into the stuff as much as you do anything else.
Yeah.
Of course. You don't just fucking take it for its word.
Yeah.
It's not just, anything you see on these sites are true. That's a good point to bring to, like a good segue to that. It's like, it's easier to find things that they're hiding from us there, is what I'm saying. Still look at everything the same. Look deep into it to make sure that you have some validification on it. But it's easier to find the things that they're making go away on the other places.
Right.
So it's actually possible compared to some places like Facebook. It's impossible to find the real shit.
Yeah.
It's just like impossible. There's nothing that you can say, this is 100% fact. There's nothing that I can feel comfortable saying that by being on Facebook.
Yeah.
Until I look deep, and it's rare that I find enough of it.
Yeah, it's
to share shit.
Yeah, there isn't like. I feel like a lot of people put stuff out there, like memes and stuff, and there aren't like a lot of sources on it,
Yeah.
Which is hard to do, I guess. Like on Twitter, they up the character limit, but there's only so much that you can put in there for your sources.
Yeah.
But I mean,
at that point, it doesn't matter about that. Like, if it's not cited, then I can't, there's nothing, that's nothing to me. It's just like a story. That's what it is. It's just a story.
Yeah.
And that's whenever, like, it goes from, like, being respectable and turning into a rag. And, just wipe it away. I'm not interested.
All right, so the Oregon Attorney General, Ellen Rosenblum, announced early Saturday morning that she would be filing a lawsuit against the DHS, the U.S. Marshals Service, the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, the Federal Protection Service, and their agents. She's going for a motion for a temporary restraining order that follows the lawsuit. The order seeks to stop federal authorities from unlawfully detaining Oregon residents. So that seems like a little...
Well, that's
some kind of measure. I mean, I don't really know how.
There should already have been. Why is it legal to detain?
Well, we can.
Why anywhere, and it's everywhere. So like
Barack Obama, he repealed habeas corpus and signed the NDAA Act, which pretty much like just
explain that.
Well,
don't brush over it once you're going to say big words and big things. Explain what they mean.
Right. Well, essentially, you don't have to have representation.
What's habeas corpus? Explain what habeas corpus is.
All right. Well,
let's start with
you don't need to have representation.
For what?
For like legal representation.
Wait, what do you mean? You don't. You can
go
to
court. You can be detained. You don't need to go to court. They don't need to tell you where. They don't need to tell your family where you are. They can take you somewhere.
That's what habeas corpus said. You had to. That's what you're saying.
Yeah,
Habeas corpus said that. That's what I'm saying. Say what habeas corpus is. It is
well,
making sure that you have the right to legal representation. Correct? Habeas
yeah,
corpus.
and also you have the right to a fair trial.
And you have a right to. Okay, so that's what habeas corpus is.
So it says,
I'm saying.
the official definition is a writ requiring a person under arrest to be brought before a judge or into court, especially to secure a person's release unless lawful grounds are shown for their detention.
Okay, so that literally says you can't be detained without having already enough evidence on them to detain them
for a trial.
Yeah.
Or
for an arrest.
Yeah.
For a charge to be pressed.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Barack Obama repealed that.
Yeah, and then he also wrote the NDAA, which they essentially go right into each other, which said, you can, if the president feels like he's directly threatened by something, he can have someone picked up, taken to a black site. They don't need to disclose any information about the person.
So this is all lawful then?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying is happening?
Essentially.
Because of Obama?
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Obama's reputation. It just dies more and more every day. It dies more and more every day.
Yeah.
And I don't hate Obama as much as some other presidents that I've seen. But I'm just saying, this is that's really dark and dank.
Yeah.
And then that's really dark. That brings him down to almost what's the one before? Bill Clinton almost. Non-president Bill Clinton, the president Bill Clinton, not the one we learned about later, the one I thought of him back then.
Yeah, and even George W. Bush with the Patriot Act.
He's below them still, and so is Reagan. Reagan's at the bottom, I think. The Reagan and Bush, they're like the same family.
These things are slowly being eroded, though.
Yeah, they take away a little bit of here and there. So, did Barack Obama do that as an executive order?
Yeah.
Wow. That's super dirty. Executive orders should not exist.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty fucked up because you don't really have a timeline on it or anything. It just kind of
hashtag cancel Barack Obama. He's about to go to jail anyway if Trump's right. Trump said that he has a lot of stuff on him.
Spygate.
I don't know, bro. I believe it. I'm not surprised. But they have just as much on him probably as they have on him. It's back and forth. Who cares? Yeah. But Barack Obama ain't going to jail. Don't matter. Trump would probably fucking write him out of jail just because that's how they work, bro. They act like they all hate each other, but they're friends. All these people. Yeah, definitely. Someone tried to tell me Trump and Hillary aren't friends anymore. Fuck out of here. They might be petty and spiteful towards each other right now, but they love each other, bro. They're homies. This is all a scheme, bro.
Yeah.
There's more to it.
It's all kayfabe. It's like wrestling.
Yeah. Exactly. This is it, and Trump's a wrestler. He's a WWF.
Yeah, I mean you can't be more on the nose than
I think he has a WWF action figure.
Yeah, no, he's been in there. I've seen him.
I think he has an action figure.
Shave Vince McMahon's hair off,
Stone Cold gave him a stunner.
Yeah. He's in there. Yeah. He already knows. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he knows the game.
It's gonna be, I don't know.
Yo, dude, what's going on?
Yo, what's up?
Shout out to the Cobra, bro. We're on the podcast. We just figured you want to be on it.
Fuck it, yeah. I just woke up, so mind me.
I just figured I'd call you and do a surprise guest appearance of the Cobra.
Oh, hell yeah. What are you guys up to?
Nothing much, bro. We're talking about some crazy shit that's been going on in the past week. Like usual.
I can only imagine. Yo, I don't want to talk shit. I don't even know. I'm here to listen. So
I know, but your input's still good too. You can tell us how you think about it and stuff. Like I said.
Right.
Yo, also this weekend, what are you doing? I want to do an interview.
All right. Well, I have to check with my secretary. She coordinates everything. So,
isn't it Donald Trump your secretary? I thought you said that. Isn't Donald Trump his secretary?
Yeah.
No, I work for him, but he works for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For now.
Oh man, I don't think many people can say that. You're a blessed one.
Yeah. Exactly.
So we were talking about the people being kidnapped by the secret police people. We kind of just got over that.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy because I've been seeing a lot of opinions on both sides of all this, and dude, obviously I would never want that. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I would never want that. Obviously, it wouldn't surprise me. No, that shit just goes down. You know,
Well,
you get
we were
criminals
talking
in
about how
there.
it's
But
actually legal.
it's like how like people are taking advantage. You know, what's your intentions of it in the first place? That's what kind of goes on in my head right away.
Bro,
Oh yeah.
and these guys are in military outfits. They're picking up people secretly. But as Mike talked about,
That's fucking just
Barack
scary. You
Obama
know what?
took away habeas corpus, and that makes it so that they don't need a right to detain you. They can just pick you up. They don't, and it's super unlawful. But it happens every day, all over the place. It's been happening all my life.
and
It feels
and
like.
and also the NDAA, that was like something that we were doing to other people across the world. That our military was doing, just kidnapping people, taking them to Abu Ghraib and shit. But he made it legal so that American citizens could be apprehended, whether
Yeah,
in America or outside of America,
yeah. So that's crazy. Like
which is
that's
like a
crazy.
big overstep of like how things were going.
I think my phone's overheating.
Your phone's overheating. You got it plugged in though, dude.
Now I gotta call Trump, see what he says about this first.
Yeah, he's probably mad at you for talking to us because we don't always agree with them.
I know. We always gotta figure it out. For now.
Yeah.
Just don't overheat my phone. Let's just talk it out.
Yeah, let's just talk it out, dude. Come on, we're homies. We can still be homies. We all gotta get along to make something happen.
Call
But
it the flippy flop.
I'm not homies with him like you. I'm not homies like I would shake his hand yet. But we'll get to that.
Yeah, no. We'll
But
get into
let's
that.
talk
But
about
yeah,
something
I
lighter
can
before
have
we go to the
faith in
Jeff
him. Yeah,
Epstein,
absolutely.
Ghislaine Maxwell stuff. Let's go to like the Nick Cannon being canceled. So
Oh yeah.
the big thing about this is Nick Cannon said some stuff about the Jewish people control the media and they have all the power, and that's like not a quote, but that's like what's it called when it's almost a quote? That's paraphrasing because I have no idea the exact quote. So don't quote that as me. I did not say that. That's just paraphrasing what he said. Something about that. He got canceled. He got fired from Wild and Out. He got fired from a couple other shows. The Masked Singer's still keeping him as the host though, and Puff Daddy offered him P Diddy, Puff Daddy, the Big Puff, offered him a job at Reebok. He's like, "I'll get you a
Yeah.
job, dog. We'll make a new
Well,
Wild 'N
I'm
Out."
gonna put it this way. I think Nick Cannon's gonna be okay either way. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
Nick Cannon is a superstar. We all know that. He's been in all of our lives for all of our lives. Like he
Yeah,
took
honestly,
over
he'll be okay. I really don't give a shit, to be
all the way
honest.
from all that, you know. But like, if they're gonna fire him over this, this is a good thing to look at it. It's good to know that they're not worth fucking working for because they're obviously pretty dumb. Second of all, it's like it's a belief system that goes on. There's like this belief of black people being the original Jews, is what he said. That was like what led to this. Um, and that's
Oh
just a
shit,
belief.
yeah.
That's like a religion. So you can't really fault him for believing that either. So who's really mad at him? Is it these Jewish people in power? The first episode of our show was again. Why do we keep going to this?
Yeah,
It's
I know. It
crazy.
kind of brought flashbacks like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying it like this. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy, man. I mean, and the good thing is, like, he's gonna be okay. Like you said, he made Wild 'N Out. We all know that show was made by Nick Cannon. He has other shows. He's producer on so many things. Whether they fire him for as a physical personality that you see, he's still in the
Like
back of all these shows.
he's still
And Nick Cannon just keeps coming back
he's his
anyway.
own boss. You know?
Yeah,
So
and
yeah.
you know he was the CEO or what was it called, the president of Nickelodeon for like a long time. After all that, he became the president of Nickelodeon for many years, and he got fired by them, I think,
Well,
over
that's
some
what I'm saying.
controversial shit.
This is what you're seeing a lot now. People, you know, it's not always right, it's not always wrong, but that's how your reputation could get damaged like that. You know,
And the thing is,
for
like you said though, but
keeping
Nick
on.
Cannon can't be canceled. He just can't.
He can't. He's his own boss. You know, he's his own man, so he's gonna be okay. You know.
The thing about it is offensive to Jewish people that aren't involved in the things that he's talking about. If there are these people that are involved in
It's a
it,
stereotype, I think.
it's a
Yeah,
stereotype.
you
But at
know.
the same time, why aren't these white people being fired and canceled for saying these kinds of stereotypes about black people for generations now? And actually putting way more. But you know, the thing is, like Jewish people will say, you know, our people were persecuted and killed and murdered and put in camps because of people having these ideas of Jewish people controlling everything, right?
Mhm.
So it brings
Yeah.
that back, and it's like, but these black people don't have these same respects whenever people say things disrespectful and to what their history is.
And they've been done pretty dirty. I mean, just
If
in America.
I can't say who's been done dirtier, but it's probably very close to equatable,
Yeah.
if not worse.
Oh yeah. It's a genocide essentially.
Again, it's history, and it was written by somebody else, so I don't know what really happened. But what we're told, it seems like they're pretty fucking equal.
Yeah.
One was like actually worse. Keeping people alive and torturing them to do work for you is kind of worse than just killing them, in my opinion. I'd rather just be killed.
And you know what? Go ahead, Mike.
Well, I was just gonna say, taking people's culture, their identity, at some point, I'm not saying that it was completely
rewriting
right, but it was like, what do you do now when you have generations of people that have been just working tirelessly? Like they don't have their roots, they have to go and refine that.
And you lose hope and heart in all that process.
Yeah. It's like your family tree and stuff. Like how do you trace that back when these guys done,
or when you have a white man's last name?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I'll put it this way: if God told me to hike up a hill and not to look over my shoulder and just keep on going, and if I turn my head, I'll turn to frozen. But if I just never look back and look forward to that kingdom, whatever that is, whatever you want to call it, I'll do it.
That's heart and faith, But I mean, sometimes you start losing that whenever it seems like there's no one on your side to call that.
Yeah, I think that's the thing when no one's on your side as far as like protection. I would say.
I'm saying when it feels like not even a higher being's on your side.
I don't know, dude. I'll pray for you.
I mean, that's the thing,
I know. I know what you're saying, though. I know exactly.
For the people that don't feel like there's something greater, you don't have hope or faith at that point in yourself, especially because that's the same thing.
I think it comes down to yourself at that point. Then,
well,
some people think they pray to the higher God as they're like a chef would pray to his oven. That it would just work, and that was God to him.
It does work. Anything that you do, it's just what you believe, because it's all the same thing as long as it brings you to the righteous path. And I mean the righteous path of you doing the right thing and being pure and doing being the good person.
Yeah.
But that's where all the other shit comes in.
All the books and the terminology used to represent a higher power don't really matter to me as long as you respect yourself, because that's I don't even want to get into this. We can talk about this a lot.
Today?
Yeah.
Like,
what if go ahead.
Like even the Bible, in all the Bibles and all the fucking religious books, they all tell you that you're God. They all say that. You are God. We are all God. Everything is God. If everything is God, I'm God. It means you're God and he's God. So if you don't have faith in yourself, you don't have faith in God. And that's what faith is, and that's what religion is. Faith in yourself to know that humans can succeed and that we are powerful enough. And our mind is as powerful as anything, and that's what it all is. It's all us convincing ourselves to do right, and that right will come of it, because it does. You create it. It's positive energy. It
does.
The laws of attraction.
Reality sets in too, and then there's reality.
Well, that is reality. It's the reality that no one can see.
What's the next topic?
All right, next topic. The next topic is, how about, okay, before we get into something more serious, let's go to how about Megan Thee Stallion was allegedly shot by Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
I heard all that, but I don't I don't know anything about it.
I'm gonna break it down just because it's interesting. I just wanted to brush on it, like just talk over it. It's fucking crazy. So apparently, allegedly they were like involved. They were like kind of dating, kind of thing, and they were at Kylie Jenner's party. Tory Lanez had a gun with him. Pretty much what's allegedly went down. She wasn't trying to fucking some kind of argument or something must have happened. Or the gun went off accidentally, but what she says, it was an intentional attack at her well-being, and she was shot in the leg. The cops came, she said she was cut, but then they looked at the footage and saw that she was shot.
Yes.
Tory was arrested for possession of a firearm.
Yeah.
He's a Canadian. He doesn't have a gun license. And, the street code. She was trying to file a street code saying, I'm not going to snitch on him.
Yeah.
I'm going to have my hitters probably get him type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the cops already found out. Like, she's not really saying nothing to them, though. She ain't, you know, nah, she ain't pressing charges. But the police are about to press charges on him and kick him out of America.
That's what happens.
Why are you bringing a gun to Kylie Jenner's party?
Yeah. No. I mean, clearly, I don't know. It seems like maybe it was premeditated.
No, they've been hanging out for days.
So what?
What I thought, okay, you want my theory, which was at first my theory was, did I already tell you this?
I'm not sure.
Okay, my first original theory was, for the
I got
clout,
cut.
they made a deal that he would shoot her in the leg because I want to kill her. She'll just get a light grazing on the leg. He'll go to jail for a year. He'll get out, and they'll both be super hopping. She's gonna be the biggest female rapper all time. He's gonna be the biggest rapper all time, doing some Meek Mill shit. Go to jail, T.I., boom, boom, do some 50 Cent shit. Boom, I got shot. You do both at once.
Man, you know what? What the fuck was Kylie Jenner thinking this whole time?
It's the 6ix9ine. It's the 6ix9ine thing. She was there. She's literally with them.
Yeah, she's like, oh, this is gonna be a cool party. Someone gets fucking shot.
It was her
Or
party.
Maybe it was her idea, and she's like, yo, maybe my parties will be popping if someone gets shot.
Can I go live?
Yeah,
I'm about to go live.
Yeah.
She probably did go live.
Who knows? Maybe it was all together. Just trying to get a little more attention.
What do you think, Cobra?
That's quite the entanglement on that one.
Sheesh. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I like what Mike said. I wonder what Kylie Jenner.
Well, I mean, going to jail for a year to be a superstar for some of these people, that's worth it
She
to
said
them.
I got cut.
Yeah.
You got shot in the foot.
I thought it was the leg. Was it the foot?
I don't know.
It was the foot, maybe. You're right. It was the foot. But still, oh my god. It's like super crazy, dude. Like, it's kind of funny, but it's also like, why did you shoot a female, yo? Like, what's wrong with people? This is not clout. We're not getting clout for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds righteous. It's I'm sure there's a lot of better ways to handle those type of situations.
Yeah. To say the least.
All right, next topic. I didn't want to talk about that too much. I just thought it was like something super crazy in hip hop. It's like that could have been really bad. Could have been really bad, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I think I'm leaning toward like just that. I don't even know how to put it, but I feel like I see where you're coming from on that.
yeah. I mean, it could have been really bad. Okay, next we got what's it called? Fuck, I gotta do an ad blocker here. Alright. Here we go. We got the ad blocker on.
USA Today, not making it easy.
USA Today. It's not a big site that I even care about fucking quoting, but Asheville, North Carolina. In an extraordinary move, the Asheville City Council has apologized for the North Carolina city's historic role in slavery, discrimination, and denial of basic liberties to black residents and voted to provide reparations to them and their descendants. The 7-0 vote came the night of July 14th. Voted 7-0. Unanimous.
Wow.
Hundreds of years of black blood spilled that basically fills the cup we drink from today, said Councilman Keith Young, one of two African-American members of the body and the measure's chief proponent. It is simply not enough to remove statutes, as in like laws and stuff like that. Black people in this country are dealing with issues that are systematic in nature. The unanimously passed resolution does not mandate direct payments. Instead, it will make investments in areas where black residents face disparities. Now, I agree with that. I do agree with that. Now, investing the money into something you're sure of instead of giving money to people is the way to go. I don't think that was the immediate issue right now with all this fucking other crazy shit going on in the world. But if they have the time, let's do it. Anytime you can squeeze it in, because it takes fucking obviously it took 100 years to do this, so do it. This lies in with the North Oklahoma thing, where they gave half of Oklahoma to the Native Americans.
Yeah.
These things are finally happening, so I'm not against it.
And like,
I'm just saying.
Well, go ahead.
Go ahead, Mike. No, you go.
Well, I'm just saying, like, as long as it's like not something that's like means testing, like Kamala Harris's plan of like if you own a business for 3 years in a
Yeah,
low income area and you have a
exactly.
Pell Grant, like it's like it's not something that's you got to jump through hoops to get. You know what I mean? Then I'm all for it.
So the result, you have something to say? My bad.
No, I don't. What that sparked, whatever reason, like I kind of want to dive into another conspiracy theories of a cashless society.
Oh yeah, we
Like,
definitely need to
Oh
talk
yeah,
about
yeah,
that, and that wasn't on our list, so I definitely want to talk about that. Let's just go to the end of this one real quick. So
all
the
right,
final wrap up of the North Carolina thing. The resulting budgetary and programmatic priorities may include, but not be limited to, increasing minority home ownership and access to other affordable housing, increasing minority business ownership and career opportunities, strategies to grow equity and generational wealth, closing the gaps in healthcare, education, employment, and pay, neighborhood safety, and fairness within criminal justice. These are all things that it just sounded like I just heard Killer Mike giving a
yeah,
speech.
yeah.
You
Like
know, these are the things that are good.
hitting a lot of the bases there,
Mm.
just like
Things a lot of people aren't talking about that are more important than anything else.
I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah. Okay, so about the cashless society thing, let's go into that. That is super crazy.
yeah, well, just like like I said, I was up in PA for a while having my aunt, but someone like uh, it's just like it kind of opened my eyes to a different perspective being up there. But someone did mention this, and when I did go to the Walmart there, um, they had only two registers. It was a big Walmart, only had two registers only for cash only. But other than that, you could do self checkout and
Yeah. And self checkout is all cards right now at
Yeah,
most Walmarts
yeah.
up
So
here.
if you have the chip, can technically they can find you and trace you wherever you are. So you're a chip, so they know exactly what you are. But that's when my phone will start to overheat.
It's the new
When
social security number. I mean, that's the thing.
well, right. I mean, the chip on the card. I don't think that that's the one. I mean, they
That,
can track you by your birth.
that's not what I'm talking.
oh,
Yeah,
he's
that's
talking
not
about
what
the
Okay.
I'm
big
talking about.
conspiracy chip.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's what you're talking about. Big chip, the one everybody's been always been
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about.
getting injected with
Yeah, not
stuff.
so much. It's just like stuff along the lines like that. It's definitely hard to conspiracy.
I don't agree with the
Even some
cashless
people talk
society
about
and
a
the people.
rapture in the Bible with the cashless society and all that.
Yeah,
So things are intense. I'm thinking like, yo, if I put like coil on my head and walk around near like penis and shit, like you think Albert Einstein and Nikola Tesla would come together and invent like a time machine and just like fix the world?
Maybe. I hope so, man.
But everyone
well,
has to be on
I don't
peace
know
to
where you
do
got
that.
the idea, but if there's any kind of chance, it's worth a try.
Yeah, if those guys, if
No,
there's a time machine, those guys
That's
probably fuck with it.
that's what I'm saying. That's too good to be true, ever to be true. I don't know
Bro,
why I
if
have
you
that.
try it, you should definitely film it.
Well, you know what? It's with the energy type stuff because everyone doesn't get along. You know, we're a big family, but not everyone gets along. So that's the hard
Well,
part.
bro, like you were saying about the
So
Bible thing, can I get to that real quick? Can I touch on that?
yeah, go ahead.
So the Bible says that also says in I think it's in the prophecy section.
Uh-huh.
What is it called?
Yeah, I think it's prophecies.
Prophecies?
Rep-
Revelations, right? The Revelations. It says that at one point everything you will buy will be marked with the beast. Do you know about that?
Yeah, I am the mark of the beast.
Well, no, but okay. So they say everything you buy will be marked with the mark of the beast, right? Well,
Yeah,
since they implemented barcodes, everything we've been buying has been marked with the mark of the beast. Because if you look at a barcode, right, and you
yeah,
look at the
dude, it's
number
very
six,
scary.
you look at the number
It's
six on
fucking
the
scary.
barcode. Let's see what this. Let me see if I can get this on video. This one doesn't have a six on it, but I'll find one with one. So let's look at this barcode right here. So bada boom. You see the first section, and this is just a
No, I can't.
conspiracy. Okay, so this first section right here, the first two little lines that don't have a number on them. You see that?
Hmm.
And then in the middle of the whole thing, there's always those two numbers, there's two lines again. See it?
Mm.
And then at the end, those two lines again, right? Okay, let's find a barcode with the number 6 on it and see what that number is represented in the barcode.
I can't see anything. This sounds wild as shit right now.
So, yeah, it's crazy,
I
dude.
don't got a six on
So the number 6 is represented, this is really small. If you look at the barcode on this, it's really small. I can't get a good lighting on it. Come on. Maybe if I put some darkness on it, that'll help. Hold on. If you look at it.
I got Arizona can. It's got 600.
Okay. Yep, that's it. That'll be better. Okay, let's look at that. See the 6 on it? If you look at that 6, it's those 2 lines. And look at the beginning, the center, and the end again. Those 2 lines are in every section.
Mike, what do you feel about that? I
You
can't
see
see
it on
shit,
there?
but
Look at it.
Yeah,
Look
I
at the
don't know.
6's mark. The lines
yeah,
above it.
that
It's the
sounds
same 2
crazy
lines in the
talking.
beginning, center,
That
and end.
seems fucking
That's already been going on. So a, a guy that told me about that
that's
is a guy that was born Christian, and he switched over to some type of Jewish person, some type of Jewish religion that believes in Jesus. It's a Jewish religion that believes in Jesus,
Huh.
and he converted to that when he was like 30. But he was raised Christian with all kinds of different Christian stuff. Was really farmland guy, young country boy type dude. He was a cool guy, man, but he knew some crazy shit and told me about all kinds of crazy shit that I won't even get into because it's super crazy. But it's all to do with the
yeah, you
Bible.
sound
It
super
all relates
fucking
back to
crazy,
the
man.
Bible, just being a message, just being a lesson. Not even just a lesson, but also a warning sometimes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. Same with the Mayans, whatever. I don't know, dude.
I mean, all
Like I
that.
said, I'm waiting for the time machine to pop out. I can't go to the gates with no empty lunchbox, so that's where I stand.
I mean, it sounds a
But
lot like. Did you ever see that video of the Christian lady talking about how monster cans, like the monster symbol, is
Yeah,
the
but
Hebrew sign for
yeah, I
something,
mean,
and it's
there's those
six
kind of
six
yo,
six.
symbols and
everything's a
everything,
lot
though.
of
Yeah,
symbolism. There's
But
symbolism
this
in a
is in
lot of things.
everything you buy.
but like Monster Energy very much probably did their research and did that on purpose.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. That was part of their appeal. They were trying to do
yeah.
that. But if you look at it, like those 3 lines, the 3 sections of the barcode I showed you on there, those are actually what shows this. The laser tells the laser that it's a barcode. That's what those 3
Okay.
lines are. Those 3 sections are for. That's why everyone has it. That's how it identifies that that's a barcode I need to scan.
Hmm.
So it doesn't have to put those numbers on it because it's a default number, like a 0 in something, like a 0
Yeah.
at the beginning of a number.
Yeah.
It
Anyway,
doesn't
what's the
count.
next topic? What's the next
Yeah, we'll go on
topic?
to the next topic. I'll just, it's super deep. I didn't want to get into something crazy like that, but
Yeah,
you kind of brought it.
I'm just trying to. Yeah, I know. I don't want to instigate it. Let's just go next
Okay,
topic.
next topic. The CIA released a document. Let's
Oh
talk
wow.
about this, Mike.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I haven't really done too much research on this because it's a long document. How many pages is it? 29. It's not that long, but it's a lot of stuff going on in there.
We're gonna pull it up on the screen.
Um, and I guess I don't know was it, the 80s or something, 70s, 60s. They investigated astral projection and
Oh yeah, and the manifestation. How do you pronounce that word? Manifestation. Manifest stuff. The air
yeah,
projection. Yo, that is that official? Official?
So we have the link in the description, but we haven't looked over it yet. What we wanted to bring up was that it's a good thing to look at, read it, and
yeah,
do your
Yo,
own
it's
research
fucking
on it because I
crazy,
have no
dog.
idea yet
That's the
either.
shit I want to talk about. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm pretty skeptical. I think maybe this was just something that was being done to confuse people.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe there's something to it. Um, I definitely want to read it because I want to see where they're coming from and why it was done. Like what were they trying to accomplish with it? Um,
Gotcha. Yeah. Yo, and then we got the federal judge that got shot and stuff, or killed.
yeah,
That's fucking crazy, dog.
yeah. I mean, I hate to come at your boy here, but Deutsche Bank. She was investigating Deutsche Bank. Um, or she was no, she wasn't investigating them. She was assigned to the case. Deutsche Bank was laundering money for Jeffrey Epstein. And were we gonna go over this already? Was that what you were talking about?
Yeah, that was what we were talking about.
But
Jeffrey
you
Epstein.
know how I'm starting to, you know I'm starting to think, whatever side you're on, everyone's involved at a certain extent.
Everyone's fucking
Yeah,
involved, dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
And it's like it's awkward. Like, how do we get along? We're all caught at this
the
point. You know what I
judge,
mean?
the judge that was covering the Jeffrey Epstein and Deutsche Bank case, a guy dressed as a FedEx worker came
But it's so fucking sad, dude.
in New
That's what's
Jersey,
going on. Even the kids, it's just so sad.
murdered
It's
her
just so
son,
fucked up.
Yeah.
shot her husband, She was in the basement apparently while this happened, and he
Yeah.
got away. No one knows where he is.
No, he killed himself.
Oh, he killed himself?
Apparently, he
Where?
killed himself.
After?
Yeah, they
In the
found his
house?
body. They've no, not in the not
In
in
the
the house.
woods?
They found the suspects. They found a suspect's body, shot in the head. Apparently, he killed himself.
Bullshit.
Just like Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. It's a little. Nah, I don't know. Someone probably killed him.
Why the fuck you lying?
If I had
Why
to
you
take a
always
bet on
lying?
Red right now,
Oh
that
my
someone killed him,
god.
I would totally do it. I put my whole life savings. I put my whole $6 on that.
Bro, if anybody could stop all the shit that's going on with just their energy, I think they would.
They
But-
can.
But with all of our energy, we can. But not with just one of our
It's
energy.
just
We
like
need
to
to all
protect me,
wake up.
Like some people are even fearing the Civil War shit, and I just feel people's safety. People got it for.
I don't actually
protecting,
fear a civil war.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like some people fear, some do not. But we gotta the people need to take leadership and protect.
I wouldn't be
good
surprised if
people.
one happens. I'm not saying that. I don't think it's fear of mine, though. I don't think it's a bad thing. If it comes to that, it was because it had to come to that. If it comes to it because it had to, But if it comes to it because it didn't have to, I don't. I'm not with it. I'm not for it. I'm not advocating it. But I'm saying if it comes to a point where there's no other option,
I think
then I'm not against it.
it might be inevitable. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the weird thing is, I feel like Epstein shit could be a crux to unify everyone, left, right, whatever, because nobody likes pedophiles, and
Yeah.
like a lot of people don't respect.
But then there's
Rich
gonna be a
people
there's
that
gonna
are
be a
pedophiles.
there's gonna be a rewrite of all the businesses, new people put into place. There's gonna be a whole Hollywood shift because Hollywood's deeply embedded in that shit.
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
that shit all the time. It's like a huge pedophile ring.
Chrissy
that shit's
Teigen,
fucked up, dog.
I mean,
you see, Chrissy Teigen deleted 60,000 tweets and
You
blocked
know,
a
it's fucked
million
up
a million
with all
followers.
this going on. People know what's going on. We're protecting those motherfuckers,
mhm.
If you don't do anything about it, you're definitely protecting them.
And
I
that's
think-
a sin. That's a sin.
I think the thing is like Hollywood is the most visible target. Everybody is completely, they know what's going on with Hollywood because that's media, that's entertainment, that people are stuck in that. So that's what's going to be the focus. But like, we do need to go after people that are behind the scenes because I don't think Hollywood's the whole picture.
If they're
It's the tip of the
implicated,
iceberg.
yeah, but if they're
Iceberg.
implicated in it, if that's going to lead us to it, that's going to be the person, that's going to be your Jeffrey Epstein that gets to the bigger person. Because we already know that Jeffrey Epstein wasn't the biggest person involved. Ghislaine Maxwell's now in there.
Yeah.
So if there's someone bigger than her, who the fuck's this bitch? And Roger Stone's back out of jail. We could even go into that, but I don't even want to talk about that right now because that's just a whole nother story.
Yeah, the QAnon, a bunch of QAnon Twitter accounts got banned. Like,
oh yeah, let's talk about that because Twitter, apparently, like all these people that are verified got banned from Twitter. They got blocked. These are people with blue check marks that got blocked. Big people, Joe Biden. Who else? All the way from Joe Biden at the top of the most politically people to people like Joe Budden, to people like regular artists and entertainers are all being blocked off Twitter. Elon Musk, like all kinds of people.
Oh yeah. There's someone else too. I was thinking.
There's a lot of people that were fucking blocked off Twitter. What's that up? Twitter has been doing a massive rewrite in how they handle things, and I'm not liking it.
Yeah, I think. Well, the whole thing that they're saying with Q, I don't understand what the checkmark thing was, but the whole thing with QAnon was like they're promoting attacks or something. I mean, and the FBI a couple months ago released a statement about the same thing. Like, if you're involved in that, they probably got an eye on you. They got a beat on you.
Yeah,
Like,
and the
are these
FBI's.
organizations
Okay, go ahead.
like, what are these organizations doing? Like, why are they paying for this type?
Well, apparently what they're doing is
all false media like that, or organization groups paying these off to
paying to have sex with children, or maybe even go into crazy levels of eating children. That's what the theories are.
Yeah,
and if you know the law and you know how to get by it, I'm saying that shit's very realistic.
Especially if you are the law and you are a constant influencer of the law. But what I was going to say was the FBI has been threatening to release the information before it makes it to court because they're scared it's not going to make it to court. And I don't trust the FBI.
Yeah, Yeah, just leak that shit. Leak whatever you can right now. Public's eyes
Yeah,
on you.
call
Let
Edward
them touch
Snowden
you,
up
dog.
because we need to
You know what I'm
know. We
saying?
can't let it
This
keep
ain't no
going.
fucking
Well,
Truman. This
that's
can't be no fucking Truman show. You know what I'm saying? This is like, yo, just give us. We should actually let her out of jail. As much as that and hate church, let that bitch out. You know what I'm saying? And then let her talk. Let her talk to the
Well,
public.
she can talk from
Let the
jail.
bitch out. Yeah,
no, no, no,
yo,
no.
let the
Let's
bitch
let her
out.
talk from
Yo, give
jail.
her a fucking crown. You don't have to go lock her up, motherfuckers. That's what pisses me off
Bro, this
sometimes.
is what they need to
Motherfuckers out
do.
here, like,
Listen.
dog. If you have any mental like intake on something like with mental illness, bitch, they lock you up. That bitch, it won't give you a crown. I'm dead
I know.
positive.
But listen,
Epstein
bro,
did
they're
not
having
kill
sex
himself
with
by a
children.
suicide. That would not go down, dog. That is some security fucked up goddamn motherfucking shit.
Oh
Well,
no,
the Supreme
Everyone's gonna
Court has
find.
also
Yo,
passed a
what the
motion.
fuck,
They're
bro?
trying to pass some shit where they switch it. The time for pedophiles goes to life. It's going to be switched to life. They're trying to do. I like that.
no. Put them in general population.
No,
Put them in general
the
population.
pedophiles.
Yeah,
Why?
because they will fucking die in prison.
Oh, yeah, yeah. In jail. I thought you meant
Yeah,
general population of
yeah.
life.
No, that's like a big
Like general
no,
population
no, no,
of
no, no,
reality
no,
of
no,
our world.
no. General population in jail, in
Yeah.
prison.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Do
But
not protect.
well, what they do now is they usually lump the pedophiles in with the people that have AIDS and the people that have hepatitis. That's what they
Yeah,
do right now. Isn't that
that's
Yeah, the
crazy?
yeah,
thing
that's
is,
So
pretty.
that's like setting them up to get it.
everything's so
Yeah,
fucked up, bro, and we're so like normalized by the fucked up shit that's going
I
on.
mean,
That's
I'd
what.
say castrate them and put them in jail for life, but that's me.
yeah. I
Dude,
mean, look,
If they're touching kids, bro, in a
yeah,
way that fucks their head up, and then that's our future, our children,
it's
and
just
us.
you gotta
We can't
protect
be
the
fucked
kids.
up
You gotta
people.
protect one. You gotta protect kids.
Yeah, protect fucking kids. Fuck cats, protect kids. Don't fuck with kids. I
yeah,
mean, don't fuck with cats either, but really don't fuck with kids, man.
yeah, yeah. And the
Yeah,
thing is, it's like it's not just
we're all accountable. We all have a responsibility to do so. We have
Yeah.
to shape. We have to work on ourselves first. We can talk all the shit we want. I talk all the shit I want until I take accountability of myself and what I put out there and the energy type of thing. That's where I'm at.
That's all we can do, but it's like hiding and fighting this shit is never gonna help stuff.
Yeah, shit's crazy. You know what I'm thinking too? Like people know this shit and their heads are fucked up. We got all this pent up energy. And
Yeah.
yeah. And I think
we're
that's
never
what
gonna know the answer. We're never gonna have this truth. And until then, we're gonna have both sides of all this outrage and pent up energy, and it's only destruction to ourselves. Like other countries are laughing at us,
And on
and
top of all that pent up energy and all this other shit going on, then there's the big overlay, which is coronavirus,
yeah.
which they're
exactly.
using to fucking make excuses for all these things on both sides. Like what we talked about, them trying to go to cashless and other stuff. Like other things are trying to be implemented because of Corona. How do you feel about the whole coronavirus thing?
Dog, I'm starting to really switch my sides. I don't mind wearing a mask. Put it. I don't care. If I die, I die. That's just my personal attitude.
Yeah, I agree. I
If I die, I
100%
die. But
feel
if
you.
I make you feel comfortable wearing a mask, I'll wear the mask.
Yeah.
I'll like. But I'm at a point where motherfucker, like, if they're gonna call me out on some stupid shit like that. Like, I'm picking my side. You know what I'm saying?
So listen, this is where I'm coming to. All these test result numbers, all these case numbers are being fluffed like crazy from what I'm hearing. What I've been hearing since this has been going on, I've been hearing about this from personal accounts of people that I know personally, from a recent thing that happened where my family member's friend's son died, overdosed on drugs, and they got the death certificate, and it said the cause of death was coronavirus,
Yeah, because it's weird. That's why I'm saying, like, it's
right?
very severe. People
Now,
very die, but at the same
let
time,
me, let me
they're
finish
in
this thought
theory
though, real
that
quick, dude.
testing's all different and all that. Like, I personally, for me, like now, I don't know if I'd want to get tested because who knows? What if I was just
Well,
sick or
let
whatever?
me keep
Now I
going.
got
Let
the
me
fuck
finish
up.
this thought, and then you'll probably even feel more like that. So all the way back to when this first started, my friend's from New Jersey's sister, or again family member, went to the hospital, and without any tests, they said that she had coronavirus. No testing at all. They just saw her, did like a regular physical kind of checkup, thing on the tongue, eyes, ears, coronavirus. This is before we had tests. So people were kind of like, oh, okay. Then people that another personal account, somebody I know, went to the hospital with their significant other to get tested because they were, they figured, oh, if they're available to have testing now, let me go get tested. Went there, found out that there's a lot of people waiting in line to get tested. They waited for a while. They didn't want to wait anymore. Went home, received a letter in the mail saying that they showed positive for coronavirus. Each of them didn't get tested.
What do you feel about the kids going to school?
I mean, at this point, I think that it's probably fine. I don't think the coronavirus is as big of a thing as people are saying. Here's an article from Fox that says,
That's very controversial, but brave at the same time.
I mean, I don't listen.
But you
I
know
work at a
what it
liquor
is,
store
though?
right
Some
now,
kids
and we
actually
don't wear
have
masks.
Yeah, these kids have health issues. That I do like kind of have a hard on. Like I
Bro,
can for the teachers. 'Cause teachers get fucked all the time.
I
But
agree, but
anyway,
I don't even believe in socialized education. I think parents need to do their own fucking education.
but
There should be private
kids need
institutions that do deals with parents to train their kids to work for them type things and like have this agreement and these training classes and general education should be taught by the parents.
yeah, it's tough, man.
Maybe with
That's
supplemental, supplemental tutors and stuff and other stuff, but
it's
like
tough because
I don't.
not everyone's gonna be able to have that. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
that's where
So
the
like,
government can come in and pay tutors and let you select who your kids are being taught by and how they're being taught and what they're being taught. Because there shouldn't be a curriculum that isn't agreed upon by everybody. If I don't agree on a curriculum, my child shouldn't have to learn that curriculum by the federal standards, in my opinion.
but I'm sure that would involve a lot of money.
And it is hard for parents to teach basic education when they're idiots. But the thing about it is we're all idiots. And that's where you're smart enough to say, I got to find a tutor for certain things that I can't teach right. I also don't believe in history outside of being an elective. I think history should be an elective. It's like I don't want fantasy class. I don't.
Yeah, I feel
I'll take a class that tells me real information like math, but I don't know if history's real because what history keeps finding showing up to be is a whole bunch of bullshit mixed in. And history was written by the winners, they always say, but history was also written by a whole bunch of pigs. These same people that are in power now that we're finding out are dirty ass motherfuckers.
for Scotland.
The same bloodlines that have been going on in our country forever. These people are related to each other. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude, it's fucked up, man. It's got everyone all fucked up.
It's got everyone fucked up, man, and it's hard to deal with society because everybody can't agree, and everybody's scared to say something that someone else doesn't agree with, to be with fear of being persecuted, and you can't be fear of that. You can't fear that. You have to just say what's your heart and put out your truth, and always be reflective of someone else's. The biggest problem is whenever you are bold enough to say your truth, you're scared to accept being wrong about certain things that you feel are your truth because they're your truth doesn't mean they're truth. It's just
Yeah.
what you know at the time. It's what you gathered, and you should always try to gather more, in my opinion.
Mm.
What do you think, Mike? What's your top? What's on your mind?
I had to step out for a second. But yeah, I mean, honestly, the way I see it is like, look, I do think that there's some weird shit going on. Hospitals are getting more funding for each coronavirus case that they report.
Beyond that, insurance companies are
Oh yeah,
getting paid crazy.
yeah. Like I mean, and these also are things that have already been happening for a while, but now this really highlights it. All this new stuff. It's just like whole guys, snatching people off the streets. Like this has been in for a long time, and now we're seeing people really take those steps to enact these things and
Exactly.
and really exploit them. And I mean, honestly, yeah, I think there is manipulation going on, but I do still take it seriously
Oh
because at the
yeah.
end of the day, I interact with people every day, and like if I'm not responsible with it, then I could put other people in danger.
No, exactly. He touched on that too, and I
Yeah.
agree with that. I'm all down for making people feel safe. I'm not trying to make people feel scared. At the same time, um, walking into a store with a mask 6 months ago would make everybody uncomfortable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So now walking into a store without a mask makes people uncomfortable. how, I'm still scared that someone comes in with a gun and robs a store. Right now seems like the perfect opportunity
Yeah,
to do a fucking armed robbery.
yeah. People are. I mean,
Has this
honestly,
not passed? This is the perfect time to get away with shit with walking down the street, your face covered. Government people can probably get away with whatever they want right now
hmm
because they can just walk down the street dressed as regular with face covered. But
It's
boom, we don't
very
know who it is.
yeah,
Yeah, it's very scared, and some people who don't really feel as comfortable, I would say as comfortable as me, as comfortable as you guys, some people are very like precautious, and rightfully so. Some people like it's no fucking goddamn joke, you know what I'm
Well,
saying?
another
Do I
reason I
think
feel
do I think
comfortable.
the virus is somewhat man-made or somewhat kind of got yeah, I think it was a mistake, something fucking happened,
Well,
but we're
it
not gonna
was probably
we're not gonna
man-made,
be
bro. If you look
realistic and
back at
we're
it,
not gonna solve the problem like that. We're gonna have all this shit going on with the political agenda, in my opinion. What's
mm,
the gain of
bro,
all this? It's not.
the
We're
coronavirus,
not safe. We
COVID
fuck us,
19
dog.
was
We could die tomorrow. No one gives a shit. No one cares. You know what I'm saying? It's
exactly, but that listen, the coronavirus first off was copyrighted or trademarked, whatever they do with those kinds of things, in 2016 or 2006 or something crazy like that. COVID 19. Second of all, well, first let's touch on that for just a tiny second. COVID 19 meaning coronavirus
2019.
2019. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Beyond that, uh, we know it's man made. There's no way, but I feel like they wanted it to be more effective than they did, and the fact that America is quote unquote having more the hardest problem with this and doing the worst with coronavirus, I think it's by choice with all the healthcare shit we were talking about, and I think it's like it shows how dirty this country is compared to the rest of the world
so
Mm,
what I'm
because
saying
they
is,
all went along with it too, but they cut
you
it short
say,
eventually.
yeah,
yeah,
well, they.
you say you need my boy, but you think President Trump is somewhat dictator type of partnership with Russia at this point with Putin. Is that realistic to say or no?
Hell no,
Well,
I don't even care about what people got to say, bro.
I don't know about
I
Putin,
think
but
every president is in cahoots with every Russian leader. They need each other. They're symbiotic.
I mean, if you look, well, I think like I forgot to touch on this earlier, but that whole Deutsche Bank thing
Yeah.
with the judge. So they were suing. The investors were suing Deutsche Bank, right? Because they were involved with Jeffrey Epstein, and their profits were going down. They weren't making as much money. But uh, your boy Max, he owes $500 million to Deutsche
Oh
Bank,
yeah.
and Deutsche Bank is known mostly for
Laundering money.
laundering Russian money from like the Russian mob and shit.
But Deutsche is a German word.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
German
that's
bank.
yeah, it's a German bank.
Shit.
Yeah,
Shit.
they've been laundering money for Epstein, for the Russian mob, oligarchs. I mean, there's probably more that I just didn't even look into.
I mean,
But
it's crazy.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't vote, and I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna change my mind at this point. I went this far without voting, but I was just curious on like who would actually influence me if there was, because I'm not voting for Joe Biden either.
Hell
I'll be
no.
gladly part of this problem. Like if I'm not voting, I'm be glad to be part of this problem. But
Yeah.
with that, his poor attitude is bad. We need, like I said, good people with protection and leadership.
Well, Joe
That's
Biden did say, and we
really
usually
gotta
do a
do.
little bit of Joe Biden stuff, but Joe Biden did say he is going to defeat Joe Biden.
yeah,
So
It
that's
can't, bro.
inevitable.
It can't be that. You know what I'm saying? It can't be Joe Biden.
he said that's pretty.
Yo,
If
yo,
that was say he has intelligence, right? If he did say that with intelligence, it means that he's going to kill himself. He's going to take himself out.
Yeah.
So we already know that. We've
And
already been seeing that for fucking months.
right, if he's on the air too much, he will absolutely do that. That's why they're kind of hiding him away.
Check the Charlemagne interview that we do not have queued up, but check the Charlemagne interview where the guy in the background keeps trying to cut it short, and they cut 2 minutes out in the middle of it whenever they showed the broadcast. But I watched it
and
originally.
with the whole Deutsch thing, with all that money laundering, I don't know. I don't really know what type of questions asked, but that's a very kind of interesting topic.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, my whole point with that was like you don't even need to involve Putin, even though Putin did kick out a lot of oligarchs like Russian oil barons. and then he just took all the oil for himself, pretty much.
Putin and Trump having a relationship has none. I don't care about that. There's so much bigger shit right now.
Yeah, we gotta look at the
Because what
guys
do you
with
think?
all the money.
Do you fear there could be a possible attack with the Chinese and stuff? What about
Them
the Chinese?
attacking us because they just made an agreement with who was it? Did you see that? They just made a war treaty with like Iran.
Oh yeah. Good on them.
Yeah, I mean, but China won't ever attack us. Nah, I don't think so. I think it's really unlikely. If they start making more treaties, we'll worry about it. But right now, I don't think there's a problem. China's not part of the United Nations, right? I don't believe it is. Yeah, because they don't agree with it, and they're pretty much the biggest like anti-United Nations country, I think.
Yo, are they persecuting Christians? Is that reality? Are they still doing that over China?
In
I
China,
believe it's the
Muslims?
Muslims, yeah, the Uyghur or something.
I heard they were killing people for their religion for sure over there. I
And
don't know
there's
what religion.
Shenren and-
That's unfair. I don't think I'd really want to live in China.
Hell
just
no.
saying.
I don't think I'd probably want to live in any other country, and
I don't. You
we
know,
live in a
you know
fucked
what?
up country.
I wish, like, for a start, would have somewhat of the universal health care, and I feel like people freak out because, you know, the middle class probably gets fucked out of taxes in that case, and they're the ones who get shit. You know, they're working hard for it. But I do wish there's some way we could have, like, affordable health insurance or universal health insurance, and I don't see a problem.
I think
on
before we talk about that, let's talk about fair taxation among different classes, and then we can see how much money we have and see how much we can go deep into the universal healthcare thing. But I think that's one of the first things we should worry about. Yeah, I
Dude,
think
there's so much
I
shit
think
going on. Or so much shit's being open now. You know, people are wait, but this is all reality right
yeah, it's election year too, man. The whole world gets fucking shooken up every time.
Just a side note, China is part of the UN, but
Oh, they are okay.
just
That's good to know.
now. Well, what about the UN? Like, who does the UN work for?
The UN's a alliance of countries.
Yeah, but who do they work for?
They all work for themselves. They're all a bunch of countries that come together to try to make decisions for the best of the world. So it's
Oh,
kind of like the
that's
super
good.
friends of the countries.
yeah.
Well, they're doing a great job at it. Everyone seems like we got all our shit together. So God
Yeah,
bless them.
I mean they don't go. I'm sure these meetings don't go very well, especially with everybody having to have interpreters. What language do you
Dude,
do?
I just want to be in on it. I just want to watch and just have popcorn. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, shit.
Yeah,
You
I
can
just
watch
wanna
it. No, you can watch. You can watch the UN meetings. I think.
Yeah, but I don't know. I want to be in like the private meetings. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
So I
What
don't
else?
know.
What else do you want to talk about, dude?
I really don't know, man. You know, I'm a little tired. But I don't know, man. Everything like for me, it's kind of like my reality is kind of shifting. My perception's shifting. My
I hope,
energies feel weird right now. You know,
and
I
that's a
just
good thing though, bro, because it's good to wake up, even if it's a little bit at a time for all of us. You know, I'm always trying to find reasons to see through the fucking things that they're fucking flashing in my eyes. You know, and if you're doing that, it is like reality warping. If that's what's happening, that's not a bad thing. You know.
I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just it's interesting. You know, it's I really don't know, man. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'm just enjoying. I'm outside right now. I'm just went for a walk, just enjoying my peace.
Yeah, you're the first reappearing, second person to come twice on the show.
Yo,
Yeah.
that's a huge honor for me, guys. You know what? I just want to thank all my sponsors, Powerade, Adidas, you know, all my sponsors.
Proper Fit.
Yeah, Bowen Airline Company. So, you know, I got a lot of sponsors. Want to shout them out. Always a pleasure. So that's a huge honor for me, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, dude. I don't think we have anything else to talk about.
Well, I actually did want to say one thing.
Oh, yeah.
The U.S. withdrew from the United Nations
When?
in 2017 and 2018, respectively.
And what? They did it. Wait, so they're out of it now.
Yeah, the U.S. is not in the UN.
Okay.
We're not part of the Super Friends anymore.
Well, Well, man, it's been a good podcast. This has been another crazy. This is probably the
Yeah,
craziest episode, and I
yeah.
always
I'm
hope
sorry
they
'cause
get less
I feel
crazy.
like we all kind of went out of track, but and then there's so much going on. It's like that's what it's kind of like a thought to me. Like, how do we deal with this? You know, how do we deal with it?
Yeah,
I mean,
like
that's the questions that need to be answered, and the things we need to work towards are talking about how to get to answers, and that's why when the homie Jameer came on and he was talking about, all he wants to talk about is the answers. He doesn't care about the questions too much.
mm,
I
Anyway,
hope
it's been a
everyone
good
stays safe.
podcast. We will be re-uploading this podcast to YouTube. If you guys want to watch the whole thing, at Factual or Practical is the channel name. I'm Jump on Turtles,
I'm Cholly.
I'm Cobra.
and this has been a good episode. I mean, fuck it. Thanks for
Wait,
watching.
hold on. I did want to do one more thing.
Okay.
All right, I just want to go back to the weird Department of Homeland Security thing. I just wanted to make sure I got this out of the way because this is the first-hand account that I wanted to go
Well, that's
through.
the problem. Not knowing. Yeah, not knowing asking the questions is the problem. That's what I was saying. If you were paying attention and not just coming in here, then you would understand the context of what we're talking about, dude. Don't just come in here talking hella shit in the chat. I know, I know. This is the end. We take questions. You got questions, bro? Shoot them at us. This is a live stream of thought. That's all it is. We just talking. What you got to say? True
We
P
HOT
balls.
hot.
All
Creepy
right.
balls.
Go ahead. Continue
I
your
don't know, but
thought. You might ask a
I think
question.
I'd rather have like people chime in from different sides. Everyone's gonna have
Hell
a different
yeah.
perspective,
Yeah.
Let me
you know
know
what I
your
mean?
opinion. That's
So
the point.
yeah, as long as like everyone's in a safe spot and stuff. But we gotta imagine criticism, all that. Let alone anyone's even gonna watch this. But it is just fun, just chatting it out. For me, it's just I
Yeah.
I gained something out of this, just my own opinion. So that's just what it is.
All right. Ask your questions, Drew. Drew has questions in the chat. So ask your questions. He was talking hella shit in the chat, Cobra. So I'm going to wait for the question. But go ahead and say what you had to say, Charlie.
All right. Well, this is kind of the account of the guys that got picked up. So they were on their way back home after the protest, and they get pulled up on by this unmarked van, and then this guy starts recording the video. And in the video, he says, "Feds are driving around, grabbing people off the streets." O'Shea said in the video, "I didn't do anything fucking wrong. I'm recording this. I had to let somebody know this is what happens." Pettibone, his friend, did not escape the federal officers. "I'm basically tossed into the van," Pettibone said, "and I had my beanie pulled over my face so I couldn't see, and then had my hands held over my head."
Yeah, that's heavy
Pettibone,
duty shit, bro. Military type shit.
Yeah.
yeah, Pettibone and O'Shea both said they couldn't think of anything that they might have done to end up targeted by law enforcement. They attended protests regularly, but they said they aren't instigators. They don't spray paint buildings, shine laser pointers at officers, or do anything else other than attend protests, which law enforcement have regularly deemed unlawful assemblies. Blinded by his hat, in an unmarked minivan full of armed people dressed in camouflage and body armor who hadn't identified themselves, Pettibone said he was driven around downtown before being unloaded inside a building. He wouldn't learn until after his release that he had been inside the federal courthouse. It was basically a process of facing many walls and corners as they patted me down, took my picture, and rummaged through my belongings, Pettibone said. One of them said, "This whole thing is a lot of nothing." Pettibone said he was put into a cell. Soon after, two officers came to read him his Miranda rights. They couldn't tell him why he was being arrested. He said they asked him whether he wanted to waive his rights and answer some questions, but Pettibone declined and said he wanted a lawyer, which is probably a good idea. The interview was
Yeah.
terminated, and about 90 minutes later, he was released. He said he did not receive any paperwork, citation, or record of his arrest. "I just happened to be wearing black on a sidewalk in downtown Portland at the time," Pettibone said, "and that apparently is grounds for detaining me."
Well, because what they're saying is that the person that they're looking for was wearing black, and that's what their justification is. Because, like you said, there is no habeas corpus anymore, and there isn't this other shit protecting people. So, I mean, at the end of the day, this is things we need to fix. Uh, like I said, I want to hear accounts from people that were arrested and charged. Because what I heard from the people that are enforcing the people that are doing it is that they read the Miranda rights to them.
Mhm.
but they just detained them. So why are you reading Miranda rights to these guys?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, shit, dude.
Anyway, it's been a good podcast. I'm Jump on Turtles,
I'm Cholly.
Cobra.
and we
X2.
are out. Thanks for watching.
God bless.
God bless.